What's going on, everyone? How are you guys doing? It is March 19th, 2021, and today we are here for your SmackDown post show. Hope you guys had a great Friday. I know I did. I was sleeping. I can't believe I slept through like the first 40 minutes of this. It was great, actually. Not gonna lie. I was passed the fuck out. It was awesome. Anyways, how you guys doing? Let me know how you guys thought about the show tonight. Go through and say what's up to everyone. James, how you doing? Dylan, Ramos, good to see you. Vance, Jason, Ashton. We got Ayan in here. Bob, Jacob, Philip with a normal sentence. Says Edge looking great out here for 47 years old. Absolutely blew my mind. Vance, how you doing, my friend? Always good to see you. Marcel as well. Jaden, Ayan, if I didn't already say that. Punk is here. No hacks. How are you doing, my friend? Jared, how are you guys doing? Hoodie, of course. He says hashtag no hype for Fastlane. Brutal. Yes. Anthony, how are you doing as well? JVOJ, Safa, how are you guys doing? Elver as well. Elver says, did you watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier? No, I did not. I actually forgot that came out today. I have to text my fiance that. Falcon and Winter Soldier today. Man, I was passed out. Like, legit. Just passed out. I laid down to take a nap at like 3. And, yeah, I didn't wake up till like 5:30. Van says you started watching Money Heist. No, not yet. No. Juan says Natalya and Tamina get added to that tag match. I have no clue. To be honest with you, I don't think I watched most of this show. If I'm being honest. So I woke up, like I said, at like 5:40. So I missed like the first 40 minutes of it. I watched the 2 tag matches, the Daniel Bryan thing, and then I was cooking dinner. So I kind of missed most of that. And then I was eating for the main event. So I kind of missed a decent amount of that as well. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. James says, hey, AOW, Natalya officially called Tamina the yacht on her Twitter yesterday. Check it out. Oh, God. So what? We got the boat and the yacht now? Legendary Legend says, let's be honest. No one wants to see Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. I mean, I don't know if I would say no one. I still think it's going to be a good match, but when you have these people at these points in their career and you have the biggest stage of them all coming up as well, it only made sense for it to be Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. So I feel like anything other than that was a disappointment, to be honest. You know, it's kind of like, you might be able to compare it to like AEW's announcement of Christian. Like, everyone was so hyped that it was either CM Punk or Brock Lesnar, that if it was anything else than those, that it just wasn't going to live up to the hype. Let's see here. Matty Jackson says Endgame was better than Snyder Cut. Justice League just dragged on early. Felt like 3 hours, but was only 2. But then the last 2 hours, give or take, was very watchable. I disagree. I think that everything that was in Justice League deserved to be there. Best 4 hours of my life. And to be honest with you, I really didn't even think that it did not feel like 4 hours. Maybe 2. It maybe felt like 2. But I don't know. I loved it. I loved it so much. I'm very excited. The ending was very, 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 very interesting. I will not spoil it for anyone. Don't worry, Anthony. I will not do that to you. Shocked. Very shocked, though. Very shocked. Marcel says, how can anyone say the Snyder Cut was slow in the first half? So much action. There was a lot going on, man. Oh my God, it was just so good. It was literally every single thing that I was hoping and dreaming for. It was so good. It's in the corner over there. But it was like everything I could have ever dreamed of. It was so good. Am I excited for Sammy and Owens? Yes, absolutely. Do I watch NWA Power? I have not. I've heard it's very good, but I have not seen it, unfortunately. I was going to watch it, and then they took it off their YouTube channel, so now you have to pay for it. So, Rollins says, AOW, I'm here, and you better watch my match this Sunday at Fastlane. Oh, I will. Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura should be a good one. Elver says VKM should book you against Corbin at Mania and beat him for blocking you on IG. The guy just saw the thick, juicy boy steaks, and he was intimidated, so he had to block me. I understand. I get it. Sava says that Flash scene was amazing. Which one are you referring to? The one where he grabs Iris or whatever, the one that was taken out. Man, there was so much good stuff taken out of this movie. I don't understand. Like, okay. I get that it was long as hell, right? That 4-hour movie probably never would have seen the light of day in theaters. Like, I completely understand that. That's fine. But a lot of the stuff in that movie was just very important. It was very important. Very, very, very important. All of that stuff. Like, I just don't get how someone saw that and they were like, no, we're not going to give this a chance. We're not going to go with this. Like, the movie wasn't dark. It wasn't confusing by any means. I mean, if anything, they held your hand through the entire movie. They guided you every single place that you needed to be. It was good. Oh, it was really good. Don't worry, Anthony. I won't spoil anything. I won't spoil it. That scene that the scene that I was talking about, the Flash scene was in the trailers, in the original trailers. They just took it out. Okay. Yeah, that was good. Let's see here. James Wheeler says, you don't watch 4 hours of Justice League. 4 hours of Justice League watches you. I'm totally down for that, man. My man Philip says, I'm sorry for spamming. What's it going to take to get a core picture? I'll tell you what, Philip. I'll make you a deal. If you hang out for the show and you chat, I will give you your core picture before we go off the air tonight. That is my promise to you. That is my promise to you, okay? Jared says Cyborg was actually a character. I understand Ray Fisher's frustration with Whedon's theatrical version. Yeah, like he completely cut out the Flash and Cyborg in the almost in the entire movie. Like what? Maddie says my problem with the first 2 hours might be the music. Music was slow and dragged with nothing happening. But I mean, you can't really say that nothing was happening in the beginning because there was so much going on. There was so much going on in the beginning. You saw Euxis arrive on Themyscira or wherever the hell that they were when they battled the Atlanteans, the Amazons, and like Man or whatever. That was so dope. It's weird that they didn't call him Euxis during that point. They still called him Darkseid. But man, it was so good. It was so good. Like all of it was so epic. And you know, I think that Ezra Miller, Ray Fisher, and then the guy that played Steppenwolf, that guy was pissed off as well. And I can't blame him. The Steppenwolf that we got in the theatrical cut versus this one, night and day. Night and day. It's so trash in the actual Justice League movie. The character design is so bad and boring. The new one, it's so good. It's so good. And not only did they like pretty much like guide your hand through the entire movie, but at the very beginning, the intro was tying everything together. And there were so many times that they tied everything together as well through the whole entire movie where they played back. They actually said unite in this one. Batman didn't look like a little bish. And it was so good. They played on the Lois Lane part. I loved it, man. I loved it. And Cyborg didn't look like shit either. In the Joss Whedon cut, I remember that Cyborg had like tiny little arms and legs. He looked really goofy. Jared says no spoilers for the May Anthony, but the nightmare scene is such good shit. Yes, it was. It was very good. And very unexpected. Very unexpected. I was not... I had heard that it ended on a crazy cliffhanger, and that is not what I was expecting to see. Not at all. And I think that scene that you saw at the end, I won't get into any specifics of it, but I think that's actually a teaser for the third movie, more so than the second one. I think. I could be wrong. Basili says, sorry, I'm late. Everyone just came in from work in AOW. I'm concerned why this stream is entitled Justice League is a cinematic masterpiece or hashtag thank you, Zack Snyder. The Snyderverse has been saved. I wish that this wasn't a go home episode for Fastlane because I feel obligated to continue my no hype for blank thing. That's why it's not called that. Or else it would have been. It for sure would have been. Maddie says it was a good scene until they took 10 minutes with no main character on screen and a woman sniffing a shirt and slow music in the back. Which one are you talking about? Oh, the music scene after Aquaman walked into the ocean was so long. Yeah, it was kind of long. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it all. I don't care. I loved it. I think it's going to be one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love it. Anthony says, we came for WWE, not 2 hours waste of your time movie. I disagree, Anthony. If we had to take a vote, I bet you, if I put out a straw poll and put it in the chat, I bet you that talking about the Snyder Cut would win over SmackDown. Just saying. JBS says Joss Whedon better take a grain of salt. Man, get rid of Joss Whedon. You know, nope. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it anymore. I can't believe it. Can't believe it at all. Anthony says, laugh my ass off. I bet it would win. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Philip says Edge still got it. SmackDown show, I will give it a 9 out of 10. Wow. 9 out of 10. That's crazy. That's very high. Maddie says Snyder Cut is the best DC movie in my opinion, but it wasn't better than Endgame. On par with Infinity War. See, me, I think that Infinity War is much better than Endgame, like by miles. I wasn't the biggest fan of Endgame. Van says, yeah, I told you about the cliffhanger ending. Yeah. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. JBOJ says the Snyder Cut wasn't just a movie, it was experience. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say to someone yesterday. I don't remember who it was, but the difference, like, I have no problem with Marvel movies, and I don't think that this is ever like a Marvel versus DC type thing. Because they're really two completely different things. Like the Marvel movies, they're so successful because of they are what they are. They're summer blockbusters, right? There's nothing to them. Anyone can go in and watch them. They're kids movies. They're like glorified kids movies, right? And there's nothing wrong with that because most of the huge, wildly successful movies pretty much are. They're cut and dry movies that anyone could just go in, watch, understand, not have to think. It's more of a like cool beat 'em up than anything else. Yeah, they had a cool story where they dragged on for 10 years to Thanos and stuff like that, which was really cool. I liked it. And I think they nailed it with him. They really did. They did a really, really, really good job. But for me, I really like the DC movies because of the thought that is put behind them. They're not so cut and dry. They make you think. There was a lot of stuff in Batman v Superman that probably went over most people's heads, my heads included, or my head. I don't have multiple heads, I promise. My head included. And like the cool thing is that you can watch something like BVS and you can watch it like 10 times, and every single time you watch it, it's like, whoa, I didn't notice that. Holy hell, like, oh, okay, cool. I see the symbolism here. I see like all this stuff here. Like, I really liked all of that. And so for those of you that don't know, these movies are they're Superman movie. They're Superman movies. It was always set out to be a Superman movie. It was not set out to be a cinematic universe. It's Superman. That's what it is. The first movie is your Superman origin film. Gives him his struggles of growing up and his dad not wanting him to be seen by the world, right? He lets his spoilers for this, sorry. He lets his father die. His father like makes him let him die essentially so that he can preserve him from being bombarded by the humans and stuff like that. So Man of Steel is his struggle, right? Between being a normal person and becoming Superman. And then, BVS is him being Superman and no one liking him, thinking that he's an alien, he's bad, he's not good, he's not wanted. And you have Batman reinforcing that as well, right? Then at the end of BVS, sorry, this is a spoiler as well, but the movie's been out for like 7 years. So in BVS, Superman dies. He risks his life, or he dies for humanity. He dies to save everyone else, and everyone loves Superman. So here we are in the third movie, Justice League. This is where you get your classic Superman in this Justice League series. Justice League is supposed to be 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. So here's where you get your Superman coming to that classic Superman that everyone knows and loves that he is. But it's cool because it took you through that struggle. It makes him human, that those emotions, those feelings through it. That's why I think that they're so much better. So much better. I love that about them. There's so much story being told in all of them. And also, in the Justice League 1, 2, and 3, there's huge stories for everyone else, especially Batman. Especially Batman. Wait, what? All was dented and fucked at the bottom. Philip says, I'm not going to spam. Good. Thank you for being a part of it. And I will show you and everyone else a core picture at the end of the show. All right, so let me go through after I was reading that. Jaden says, I really would love for Ben Affleck to get his own Batman movie. Oh, me too, man. Me too. So bad. It's supposed to be Batman and Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke. But it was supposed to be like a crazy... I can't remember the title of the movie that they were kind of basing it on, but it was like a crazy thing where they would be like in Arkham or something like that, battling. So the main villain would have been Deathstroke, but you would have seen a ton of other Batman villains in it as well. And Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke is orgasmic. It's just a big oh for Joe Manganiello. Looks incredible, man. My face when I saw that at the in the theatrical cut, man. Basili says, AOW, I saw the uncultured swines on Instagram that tried to debate with you, them saying Endgame and Infinity War are still better than DC and Justice League Snyder Cut. Impossible, man. Impossible. I really liked Infinity Wars, though. I really liked Infinity War. And of course they had some amazing things happen in Endgame as well. But like I said, that was what my whole like little spiel was about it being like an incredible trilogy, to be honest, between Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League. Like, I love it. And it's a 3-movie part about the coming of Superman. You know, maybe even 5 movies if all of them were to go into that. I'm sure they would have. Let's see here. Anthony says Edge kind of looked like AJ Styles gear. Yeah, he did. Like I said, I was making dinner, so I came back in the room and I was like, why is AJ Styles wrestling? And I was like, oh, okay. That's Edge. My bad. JBO says, do you think Jared Leto redeemed himself in the Snyder Cut, or was that a waste? I think that I don't even know if he needed to redeem himself, to be honest. I didn't mind Jared Leto's Joker. I think that he looked dumb as hell for sure. I don't never understand like the pimp kind of that he was with all the tattoos. I don't think that makes any sense. It was kind of weird. But a lot of the stuff in that movie was very comic book accurate. The outfits, the scenes and stuff like that. So it was cool. The guy said that he took so much Joker out of the Suicide Squad that they could have made his own movie with him. It was crazy. And I really liked Jared Leto's Joker in the nightmare scene. I really, really liked it. I'm not sure if any of this is ever going to go anywhere. I hope it does. He's talked about it in, saying that he doesn't think that there's going to be another one and that this is the last film with them. But he said that even if that's the case, that he would love to continue them in a comic book fashion or even in an animated fashion, which I wouldn't mind. I need to see all of this stuff play out. I wanted to see all of this stuff play out when I saw the storyboards for all of them. So like now that I've actually seen the real Justice League movie, I need to see the rest of them. I need to see the other 2. Without a doubt. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Whew. I can't wait. Van says, is The Dark Knight Rises worth watching? Yeah, absolutely. I think the Dark Knight trilogy is definitely worth watching. The, which one is it? The Bane one is pretty long, though, but it's still good. Bosley said, was the movie that good? I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Yes, it was very good. If you're, even my fiance liked it. She usually, like, when we watch things, she's usually just on her phone the whole time. She pretty much watched the entire thing. I love it. Make Phoenix the Joker. Would he fit in? Would he fit in with that? Marcel says, hashtag release the Ayer cut. Yeah, I would actually love to see that. I would love to see that. From what I recall, the villain of Suicide Squad was supposed to be Steppenwolf. And they changed it last minute when they started changing up the Justice League movie. They changed it to Enchantress. And, those little goop guys that they had that didn't make any sense being there, those were supposed to be the parademons. James says, my big brother's actually terrified of Shayna Baszler. I would be too, man. I would be too. The Nexus versus Retribution at WrestleMania 37. Ooh, I don't want to see Retribution on my TV screen on WrestleMania. Oh man. Jaden says, I actually kind of like the pimp type Joker. He fits the vibe, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand. It just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. I did like his acting, though. I think he was great. I think he would be fantastic as a Joker. And it would be extremely frustrating, to be the people like Jared Leto who got completely taken out of Suicide Squad, basically, and then Ray Fisher and Ezra Miller, who pretty much they were Ray Fisher, his cyborg, was like the heart and soul of the entire Justice League movie. So to take him completely out like they did is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And there was a lot of really good stuff with the Flash as well. And Steppenwolf. It's crazy. Maddie says, I don't think that the Flash had enough backstory, which sucks. I can't say my gripes due to spoilers, but come on. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't know. Maybe that was supposed to be addressed in his own movie. I mean, it was 4 hours long already. There's not much else that you could do. Is that movie even happening still, the Flash movie? Because it should. It should. Van says, sorry for asking a lot of questions, but this one is the last. Is it okay if I watch just the extended version of Batman vs. Superman and extended version of Suicide Squad? I mean, yeah, I would definitely watch. Well, so wait, are you asking before you watch Justice League? Is that what you're asking me? Or you just want to watch them? Because I would certainly watch the ultimate cut of Batman vs. Superman. You don't need to watch Suicide Squad before watching Justice League. And Suicide Squad, honestly, to me, it's not even worth watching. I hated that movie. And I haven't even watched Birds of Prey yet. I don't even want to see it. JVOJ says, yeah, it's not supposed to drop until year 2022, and not only will Ben Affleck he'll be back, but so will Keaton. Nice. Yes, very nice. I really want that Flashpoint, if you guys are familiar with the Flashpoint paradox story, where I don't know if I should spoil it in case it ends up happening, but essentially you have a scene with Batman and the Flash, and I really want to see that scene happen on the big screen with Ezra Miller and Ben Affleck. It would just be incredible. Incredible. Marcel says, what's this Batman and Lois having a baby as a major plot point in the JL2 and 3? No one wants that. What? I didn't hear that. I don't know if I can get on board with that one. That's a little too much for me. That's a lot. That was a lot. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to have to look that up after this post show. But I have to record a Fastlane predictions video after this as well. So I'm not sure if we'll go 2 hours tonight. Maybe just an hour and a half. So we'll probably talk about SmackDown here in a minute. JBJ says Birds of Prey was okay. I just didn't like Wonder Woman 84. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like Wonder Woman 84. I thought it was good. I liked it. I didn't think that it was nearly as good as the first one, but I don't know. I feel like they try to do some weird stuff with that. I saw a thing the other day that said that she didn't have her sword or shield because she's not violent and stuff like that. So blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Marcel says Snyder literally said that was the original plan, which is why Superman would be pissed. Oh boy. Oh boy. That does not sound good. That does not sound good at all to me. I certainly would not have done that. So in the Injustice comics, they I don't know exactly, I don't remember exactly what has happened, but somehow, some way, the Joker convinces Superman that Lois is a bad guy, I think like Doomsday or something, or maybe even just the Joker himself. And Superman ends up like taking his arm and like ripping it through her chest and killing her. And it's only after that she's dead that he realizes that it was her and not actually the Joker or whoever he was trying to kill. And that's what sets off the whole like Injustice and Nightmare stuff that I believe that they're going to go into. But having it be Ben Affleck and Lois having a child is wild. But I don't know. Maddie says, a little spoiler, Flash should have a big backstory. I didn't have any emotional connection to him to care about what happens. I can understand that. But also you kind of have to realize that they did that with Cyborg in this movie. So it couldn't have been like an origin story for both of them. I feel like that would have been too difficult. But, you know, maybe that could have been like the first thing that you saw is him becoming the Flash or something like that. I don't know. But like I said, these movies were never intended to go into a cinematic universe. They were just supposed to be standalones or like just a series. Van says, okay, so I can watch the extended version of Batman versus Superman and not the original one. Yes. Yeah, don't watch the original one. They took out so much crap from the BVS movie. It just doesn't even make sense. Marcel says, cuz did you not see in the Snyder Cut there was a Lois scene where she looked at a pregnancy test? It was quick. I did see that there was a pregnancy test. Oh, so what you're saying is that they got together after he passed, while he was dead, like as a grief type thing. I see. That makes a lot more sense, but I still feel like there's way better ways to go around stuff like that. JVS says part 2 villains were supposed to be the Legion of Doom. Yes. Yes, the Legion of Doom. It would have been so cool. Oh, it was so cool. Safa says, I think in the second movie they defeat Darkseid, but Lois dies in the process, which leads to the Nightmare Universe in the third movie. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. And I actually think that the second movie is the Nightmare Scene one, I believe. I don't know. I'll have to go through. I saved the storyboards. I have them. I'll have to look through. Philip says, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods versus Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel for Raw Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania 37. Heath Slater is signed to Impact, isn't he? James says, in The Rock's voice and an echo, finally, a match has started the show. Oh, did it? Oh, was it Sasha Banks versus Big Oof? Is that what started the show tonight? Maddie says, I think Cyborg could have had a standalone movie for his background due to the amount of importance each person has to the story. But at the okay, so here's the same thing though. Who's watching a Cyborg movie for the movie theaters? Ashton says, are we going to completely skip SmackDown? No, we're going to talk about it in just a minute. We're going to start talking about SmackDown in just a minute here. I don't think anyone would go to the movie theaters to watch a Cyborg film. I don't. Maybe now after they've seen Justice League, but a Cyborg standalone, I don't think so. I don't think people would have tuned in. You know, I said the same thing. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. I said the same thing about Scarlet Witch and Black Widow. I don't think that anyone would have watched a Scarlet Witch or Black Widow movie. They're still going through with the Black Widow movie, so hopefully it does good for them. But boy, I mean, I don't know if a Scarlet Witch movie would have done well, but damn, WandaVision is one of the best Marvel things I've ever seen in my life. That show was incredible, like from start to finish, absolutely incredible. James says, can you believe the Snyder Cut is R-rated? Yes, I can. Because that ending. Basili says the real plot twist is that's the real reason why Batman vs Superman happened. The fight for Lois. Anthony says, wait. Let's get the typical Aleister Black question out of the way. You know, I'm actually glad that you asked this question today. Of all days. There's actually an update about Aleister Black. And I was just shocked. Like, it was unbelievable. You'll never believe what they have Aleister Black doing right now. I couldn't believe it. I had to check 30 different news websites to get confirmation that this was actually what is going on with Aleister Black. Like, I had to sit down. Like, I was confused. I had no idea what was going on. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. If you guys want to know what happened to Aleister Black, I'll tell you. All right. Drum roll, please. There is no update with Aleister Black. Thank you for coming. Do I watch Ring of Honor? No, I do not. I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes of Ring of Honor a while ago, and it wasn't for me. Jaden says I'd watch a Cyborg and Scarlet Witch movie, but the problem would be that it probably wouldn't appeal to the casuals. Exactly. Yes. That's all. That's where I was going with it. Like, I would go watch a Cyborg movie for sure, but I don't think most people would. For like a movie theater blockbuster, you know, you want tons of people going, and I don't think Cyborg is that dude. Marcel says, did you see that Callus promo on Swan on Impact? It was incredible. Yes, I did. Saw it coming. Jared says, oh, you got me. There's never any updates about Aleister Black. The dude's just sitting at home. JVJ says, what about a Cyborg TV show? Okay, so hear me out. Okay, hear me out on this one. I've been saying this for years, and I really wish that they would do this. What I want to see is maybe a streaming platform. So you have obviously Disney Plus for Marvel, and now you have HBO Max for DC. So what I would like to see, instead of doing trilogies or standalone movies for people, I would love to see them have their own TV shows. So almost exactly like they did with Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Whatever, the Defenders, you know, them. So what I personally would do is I would have like a 10 to 15 episode series, a season, if you will, for Batman, Flash. Sorry, Superman doesn't get one. And Wonder Woman doesn't get one anymore. And I guess Aquaman doesn't get one. So Flash and Cyborg. So you would have had them all have their own season of things, right? Oh, why a season, you ask? Well, because you can tell a much bigger story in a season than you can in a 2-hour movie. And everyone always bitches about movies being too long. So a series would be incredible. So imagine 10 1-hour-long episodes of Ben Affleck's Batman struggling with something or becoming, well, he's not becoming Batman because he's so far into it, but you could have gone through, let's say, the death of Dick Grayson, because Dick Grayson is dead in the Snyderverse. You could have played through that. Could have played through like tons of all of this other stuff as well. So I think that they should do those. And then you should team up for the Justice League movie, right? That's a huge summer blockbuster. Everyone's been watching all these shows and all of that. Bam. You know, then episodes or season 2 of some of them or something like that. Bam. Justice League 2, the movie. Season 3. Bam, 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 bam. Introduce another series for new characters. Bam. Justice League 3. Like, just have big team ups. Or, you know, you could have like big things, like if you want to do the Flashpoint Paradox or something, you could guide Flash through that or up to that into like the season finale, and then bam, have Flashpoint Paradox, the movie. That's how I would do it if I was the head of one of these places. I think that it might be a little bit more difficult for those people because you'd have to watch some of that stuff. But just having it be available, I think, would be so much better. So much better. Bosley says Shinsuke versus Seth at Fastlane. Yes. I'm excited for that one. I am excited for that one. Do an update on Becky Lynch like you do for Aleister Black. But then it wouldn't be fun. Wouldn't be fun. JBOJ says, what about a Cyborg TV show? Yes. I think I already read that one. Anthony says, how's that soundboard for the Damn and Ding Dong and Oof coming along? It's coming. I actually did change so I can have profiles for my soundboard. So I actually changed it. So I have 2 different profiles now. So I just got to download them and edit them and find ones that are like perfect. Vance says, you saw Andrade's tweet. I did. Saying that he did ask for his release. What's going on with Keith Lee? I have no clue, man. I have absolutely no clue. It's a shame. It's a shame. I hope that all is good for Keith Lee. I hope all is good. Safa says the Flash movie is cursed. It was supposed to come out in 2017. Yeah, that's not a good sign at all. And it's had like a million different directors as well. You know what I really want to see is I want to see the guy that plays Dexter. I want to see Michael C. Hall as Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash is my favorite character. So maybe favorite villain, I guess I would say. So, oh man, that would be so good. So good. Wall Street says Snyder did have plans to have a Batman TV show that would have focused on Robin's death at the hands of the Joker. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Snyder and I, we got the same lingo. How's it going, Caden? Hope you're doing well, my friend. We're just about to get into SmackDown here. Jared says this might be spoiler territory, but Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, Ezra Miller are pivotal characters in the upcoming Flashpoint movie. I'm excited for it. Just, man, Ben Affleck as Batman. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Safa says Edge looked great tonight. That top rope Hurricane Rana was insane. Always happy to see Edge wrestling now. Ricardo says Aleister Black versus Darby Allin at Double or Nothing dream match. That'd be crazy, right? Have I watched King of Monsters? No, I have not. I do want, that's on my list for things to watch. It is. I need some time to be able to sit and watch it. I need to make some time for it. I mean, I was ready to put everything aside for Justice League to watch that. It was so important. I had to watch it. All right, so let's get into some wrestling here. Maddie says, was it just me or did Batman have a very odd voice when he was dressed as Batman? Yeah, he uses a voice changer thing. Wall Street says, who is the best Batman? Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, or Ben Affleck? Without a doubt, it's Ben Affleck. And you know what? Kevin Conroy, the most legendary Batman of all time, he says that Ben Affleck is the best Batman. So mic drop on that. Mic drop on that one. Ashley says Godzilla vs. Kong is on my bucket list. I'm excited. Though, dude, that King of Monsters movie looks beautiful. Beautiful. I really want to see that. Okay, so let's get into it now. Before we actually get into SmackDown, there was an announcement today. Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil are going to be co-hosting or hosting, I guess, WrestleMania. Both nights. Hulk Hogan and Titus O'Neil. What in the... Who made this? Why is Hulk Hogan here again? And why did they pair him with Titus? Is this a... I mean, I hate talking about this kind of stuff because it's not my place. I'm always just in like wrestling and stuff. But are they just trying to be like, hey, Hulk Hogan is not racist? Is that what this is? Because that's the vibe that I get from this. Right? It's like, oh, Hogan's not racist. I mean, like, how could he be co-hosting WrestleMania with Titus if he was? So like, is this all just kind of like a ploy to get Hogan back in the good graces of people or what? Because other than that, I don't see why this is a thing. I don't get it. And my problem is never with Titus. I love Titus. I think Titus is great. Titus will forever be a WWE guy. They'll never let go of him because of how great he is in the community and all of that stuff. So Titus would have just been a fantastic choice. Why Hulk Hogan? Why Hulk Hogan? Jaden says Titus is the GOAT. Wall Street says odd pairing. Bob says fuck Hulk Hogan. Yeah, why? Bob says Ali vs. Riddle was just announced. Oh, God. For Fastlane. You see, this is why I wait until the night before to do my prediction videos. Because they just be adding matches left and right. And I want them all. I want them all. Super King of Bros and Ali will collide in a U.S. title showdown. Oh, man. Oh, man. Could you imagine if they put the United States Championship on Ali? Oh, God. Bob says Titus deserves it for the amazing PR work he does. Yeah, I mean, this could have just been Titus hosting. What's the problem with just having Titus host? That would have been great. Top 5 wrestling promotions of all time? I don't know. I've probably only watched 5 promotions of all time. Ashton says, I wish Titus won a singles title, though. That would have been nice. Jaden says, get Hulk off my TV, please. No one wants to see that. Yeah, right? Andre says, good evening. Just tuning in. Titus versus Hogan. Oh, God. Imagine if that was a match. I don't know, but this whole thing just kind of reeked of like, we got to put Hulk Hogan over, brother. You know? I don't know. Especially when you have choices that Billie Kay, hello? Billie Kay would have been an excellent co-host with Titus. She's annoying as hell. She's crazy. She's entertaining. She doesn't have WrestleMania plans. They're not going to do anything with Billie Kay. Plus, even if she was in some sort of women's battle royal or whatever it is, the hell that they do, she could have been in it too. You know, it would have been fine. And of course, someone else who is not doing anything for WrestleMania probably is Bayley. So ding dong, hello. Why not have one of the greatest talk show hosts of all time be a talk show host for WrestleMania? How fun would that have been? That would have been great. Hell, you could have even had Bayley. I mean, I don't want to exclude Titus from this because I think that Titus will do a fantastic job, and I don't have any problems with him being there. But yeah, Titus and Billie Kay, Titus and Bayley would have been fine. I would have loved that. Even just Titus. Just Titus, just Bayley, just Billie Kay. Those all would have been excellent choices, if you ask me. James says Tom Brady would have been great. That would have been great. Anthony says AOW, you should be the host. God, I don't even want to watch WrestleMania, let alone be the guy hosting it, to be honest with you. I feel like this year's WrestleMania is going to make last year's WrestleMania look amazing. Basili says, guys, Hulk Hogan hosted WrestleMania 30. And wasn't he a part of it when Alexa Bliss hosted it? Was that 2 years ago? Or something like that? I know he at least came out. Do I watch New Japan? I watch like the big things of New Japan, but I don't watch it regularly, unfortunately. Keaton says Titus is a tremendous talent. This is probably awkward for him though, since it's Hogan. Yeah, I don't think they like each other. Well, I don't think Titus likes Hogan. So, I don't know. Not cool if you ask me. Van says Hulk Hogan versus Gold, special referee, VKM. All 3 of them retire after this. Yeah, sure. Just get it over with. Get it over with. Gronk and Brady would be great. That'd be so cool. Safa says there was a Green Arrow cameo in the movie too, right? He was just dead on the ground. I'm not sure. I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it. I'll have to look though. Bob says go to Titus's Twitter and look at his like posts. Oh God, Titus O'Neil. Is he? Let's see here. I don't see anything yet. Congrats. Precisely why this. Oh, so he liked a tweet that said precisely why this company stopped getting so much of a dime from me. Peace to Titus O'Neil, though. That's a good brother. Titus O'Neil sending you love right now. Titus O'Neil, you were the man. He also liked a tweet that said, every day is a fight against racism. Every day is a fight against violence. Every day is a fight against hatred. It's exhausting. It's painful. It's heartbreaking. And it's so important that we keep up the fight every single day. Oh, that was for the, that crazy dude that did that crazy shit. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Just a bunch of congrats, Kings. Wow. It was about Hogan. Yeah. Latrell says, I wonder how the conversation between Titus and Hogan is going to be. Probably pretty cringe, if I had to guess. Jaren says, would be a major loss if they lost Titus. Oh yeah, 100%. He does so much for them in the communities with like charities and all sorts of stuff like that. He's a huge asset to them. Huge. Ian says, what's your reaction on Hulk Hogan becoming the host of WrestleMania? I was like, wasn't he the host of WrestleMania 30? I was more so just like, why? Legendary Legend says, AOW, when will you have your wrestling promotion? Well, kind sir, I'm waiting for a $69 million super chat to come through. We need it to get AOW Underground off the ground, if you will. A small super chat donation of $69 million. Please and thank you. And don't worry, though, your money will not be going to waste whatsoever. We will have Ric Flair. Ric Flair will be at AOW Underground. Bob, I found it. I mean, you can send it to me on Instagram if I didn't read it. Feel free to. Just let me know and I'll open it up. Marcel, Ollie versus Riddle at Fastlane. Yeah, unfortunately. James says, please don't fire Billy. Why would they fire Billy? That really like pissed me off if they fired Billy. Vance says Titus also liked to tweet saying the Silverdome when he meant to say Superdome, a mistake. Using racist language, not a mistake. Using language that reflected his beliefs was not a mistake. Is the Silverdome something bad? Philip says, I'm ready for WrestleMania 37. No way, because the Nexus. Jaren says, have you heard the Charlie Caruso rumors? Yeah, my fiance sent it to me earlier from Fightful Select about her potentially being done with the company. James says Gold would be the ultimate heel in your promotion. No, he wouldn't even be there. He wouldn't even be there. I would never, ever allow Gold to be in AOW Underground. Nope. So Ashton, he said Charlie Caruso's in trouble. Yes. Yeah, supposedly she's in trouble. And supposedly she's done with the company. Caden says WWE robbed me of my Mania match against AJ Styles. Yeah, they really did. AJ Styles versus Papa H. Papa H. Jan says, on a scale from 1 to 10, rate The Fiend's return. Well, I mean, it hasn't happened yet, so I can't tell you. Hopefully a 10. DNM says SmackDown has a great build-up for Fastlane, though, but this is my titles. And I didn't watch the show tonight, unfortunately. Vance says, I heard Peacock is weird. It is weird. You know what? Maybe I should bring it up. Let me read this. thing that Bob said he sent me though. I don't have anything. Oh, did you send it to me on your Twitter, right? I accepted. Oh, okay. So the thing that he liked said, saying Silverdome when he meant to say Superdome is a mistake. Using racist language is not a mistake. Using language that reflected his beliefs was not a mistake. Just so we're clear. That is what Titus liked. Yeah, so Titus isn't with the shits. So not cool to put him in this. Ashton says, I hope not. Charlie is the best interviewer after Kayla. I know. I mean, I think she sent me the picture of it, so I could probably read it. But I do want to bring up Peacock. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it's not good. It's weird as hell. It is weird as hell. Oh, also something to speak about. This is from Fightful Select as well. Says that we reported recently that Chelsea Green has signed a new 3-year contract with WWE, locking her down through 2023. However, we've also learned that Green has been cleared to wrestle to the ring. We noted she started the process before the Royal Rumble, but SmackDown sources confirmed that she was cleared to make an in-ring return by mid-February. Creative pitches were being made for her, but we're unsure if any plans are in order or if she'll use the Victorious name that was originally planned for her backstage in November. She also posted a picture of her at SmackDown today as well. So hopefully expect Chelsea Green to come back to SmackDown sometime soon, or even just WWE, because I can't remember where she was. Okay, I don't see the picture of that. All right, let me see if I can bring up Peacock here. Because it's not good. It's not good. Let me go into studio mode here. So if this is a huge like difference between Peacock and WWE Network. It's crazy. Let's see here. We want to browser. Peacock. Oh wait, no, this is the wrong one. Is it display capture? No, window capture. I'm sorry, I'm doing this on the fly. I was not prepared. I was not prepared. Okay, yeah, those can be up. Those can be up. Okay. So, let's transition. How do I transition this? Okay, here's Peacock. Okay? Here's Peacock. Yesterday when I looked, there was a huge WWE logo right here. Where are you? Channels maybe? Whoa. Okay. Oh, WWE. I'm a dumbass. It's right here. Right here at the top. So it's set up to be like TV shows. Oh, Birth of the Stunner. Well, I want to watch that for sure. Okay, so here is your new WWE network. Jaren says Peacock is terrible. They have each show listed as seasons. Sigh. Yes, that's what I wanted to show off to everyone. So here's your new WWE network layout. Right here. So it's kind of weird how everything is laid out because, oh, this is kind of cool. I guess this isn't that bad. Where you have the seasons like that. So I'm assuming these are all just the years, but you're going to have to go through and be like, okay, well, what's season? If I want to watch 2012 Raw, you're going to have to be like, okay, so season 22, that's 14. So, okay, so I need to go back to season 20 to get the 2012. Why is The Fiend? Why is The Fiend, Asuka, Drew McIntyre, and Keith Lee the picture for all of them? Come on. Like, they got rid of all that special stuff that we had back in the day. And so it only goes back to 2008 as well. So everything is listed as seasons. So even if you go to, so their pay-per-views are just listed as one thing, right? So you have Royal Rumble, you have 34 seasons of the Royal Rumble, 10 seasons of Elimination Chamber, 34 seasons of WrestleMania, 32 seasons of SummerSlam. So let's go to the Royal Rumble, right? So here you have your Royal Rumble. You can watch the latest episode. Like, they really couldn't even be bothered to just kind of change up the names of these things. So here you have your Royal Rumbles. And they're, like I said, they're seasons. So at least these ones have their own pictures. So you're going to have to go through and do all of these to find the ones that you want. And look, season 20, 30 WWE superstars compete in the 20th annual Royal Rumble match. That's the description. Like, how 15 Raw and 15 SmackDown superstars compete in the Royal Rumble match? This is they're getting rid of the WWE network to give us this garbage. This is trash. Come on. Like, really? They took away features. They took away tons and tons and tons of features here for all this stuff. I don't know. I'm not very pleased with it. I'm not very pleased. Van says, laugh my ass off. Drew, Oscar, Keith Lee, and The Fiend. Yeah, like, God. Jared says, oh, it's the pay-per-view that's the problem, my mistake. Yeah, it's the pay-per-views. They just don't make any sense. And they don't tell you. Like, if they're going to take away the match cards, they should at least tell you all the matches. They should put a list of all those matches. It just doesn't make sense why you would lose features. It just doesn't make sense. Ashton says, I'm not purchasing Peacock after seeing this. It's really devastating, to be honest with you. It sucks. For those of you, like, if you still want the WWE network, you can still have it. You just have to go buy a VPN. And I think you can get one for as low as like $5 a month or something like that. And all you have to do is set your VPN to you being in a different country other than the United States. And a lot of people use it for protection when they're surfing the internet anyways, so that people don't know where they are. So it's a good thing to have anyways, but you could use that if you wanted to actually keep using the WWE network. And also, we're not quite sure how ads are going to work for live pay-per-views. There's also no scrubbing for live pay-per-views. So you have to just sit and watch it. If you miss it, tough shit. You miss it. Can't go back and watch it. You can go back and watch it when it's over. So the entire pay-per-view has to have finished, and then you'll have access to be able to scrub through it. Why would you get rid of that feature? Also, for if any of you run wrestling pages or anything like that, they're taking away, well, Peacock does not have the they have a feature, I guess I should say, that prevents people from taking screenshots and videos. So if you're taking a screenshot of something to post online, it's just going to be black. And if you try to take a video to make like a GIF or something like that to post online, it will just be black as well. So I think this is going to be a huge blow to a lot of people who do not use their computers for things. So for me, I use my computer for most things. Like, usually I'll use my phone for pay-per-views, usually, just because it's nicer just to be sitting, chilling in my living room and stuff. So I can we're watching it on the big screen TV. And then when the match is over, I'll just load it up, grab it, snap it, post it, and done with it. But for like Raw and SmackDown and NXT and Dynamite, I'm sitting at my computer taking the screenshots for those typically. So that's not a problem. I'm going to have to do it from now on, though, which is a shame. Yeah, I think that's going to be a huge blow to other people. I saw first says Peacock taking over the network was going to be problematic, and we can all see the lack of effort on NBC's side with this weak ass interface. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. You would think that they would want to preserve some of the things that make these great, and they just really didn't. They really didn't. Then they just have like weird things, like they have WCW Mayhem from 2000 on here. Why? WCW Hog Wild 1996. Capital Combat Return of RoboCop 1990. The Bunkhouse Stampede. WCW Greed from 2000. They put like all the shitty like 2001 stuff on here for WCW. Here's all the WCW things. WCW Saturday Night 2000 Mayhem, 1996 Hog Wild, 2000 New Blood Rising, 1990 Capital Combat, 2001 Sin, 1988 Bunkhouse Stampede, 2001 Greed, 1999 Mayhem, and 1993 Battle Bowl. That's it for WCW. Jared says, I understand the money benefit for the company, but the overall thought of how bad it would be for the fans is disappointing. Yeah, I mean, considering that we all want to come through and watch old WWE, WCW, ECW stuff, it's really a shame to not have all of that stuff here. You know what they should have done is that they should have been like, look, this shit's gonna take until August, okay? So here's what we're gonna do. We'll lower the price of the WWE network for Americans to like $5, and then you can buy Peacock for $5 too, so you can have access to all the pay-per-views. So all WWE pay-per-views would air exclusively on Peacock, and then they can still go through and transfer all the data over through all the things, and then once it's all on Peacock, they could just be like, okay, we're phasing out the WWE network now as in its entirety, so all that other stuff will now belong on Peacock. I feel like that would have been a much, much, much better way to go about things. What about ECW? I don't know, man. Like the interface is so bad. They have ECW Anarchy Rules. Let me see if I can search it. Okay, they do have a couple ECW things. So they have ECW Barely Legal 1997, 1998 WrestlePalooza. They have 2000 Anarchy Rules and Massacre on 34th Street in 2000. They also have Anarchy Rules 99 as well. That's everything for ECW. That's all they got. Van says this is a what the fuck network. Pretty much. Pretty much, man. I saw first says Comcast, NBC, Universal, and WWE network too big to fail now. Damn corporation conglomerates. I know, right? It's a shame. It is a shame. Anthony Torres says Peacock is not good shit. Yes, I agree. I already have it, so it's not that big of a deal, but it is pretty frustrating. Pretty frustrating. Leroy says, where are the 1993 to 2007 episodes of Raw? They are not there. They said that it should be there by August, by SummerSlam, is when they're hoping to have the stuff on there. Van says in India, WWE Network moved to an app, which is taking a ton of time to copy the content from the WWE Network, and we also lost a ton of features. Really? I thought that it was always just on the WWE Network for people outside the US. That's a shame. So they're trying to just get rid of the WWE Network in its entirety, seems like. Leroy says, so I spent $5 on Peacock to get this disaster. Yeah, I mean, but they have a lot of good stuff on it. They have a lot of good stuff on it. There's a lot of good movies and TV shows on it. I feel bad for everyone that wasted their money on P Dick just for this. I mean, Peacock's not bad for everything else other than wrestling. And like I said, for those of you that have Comcast, Xfinity, whatever the hell you call it these days, as an internet provider or TV provider, you can get you can't get it. You get automatically the $4.99 version of Peacock for free. Automatically, like right out the gate, you get that for free. Bob says, my main concern is that there's no match markers, and sometimes I just want one match from a show. Me too, man. Me too. Or, you could just be like, oh, okay. A lot of the times I'll just go through and watch really old pay-per-views. And the way that I'll skim through them is that I'll just bring them up. I'll look through the match markers and be like, okay, I want to see this one. This one looks fine. Or, I'll look through them and be like, oh God, this one. I don't want to watch this one anymore. And I'll just continue on. Vance says, nah, bro, it's been more than 3 months and yet the content is not fully uploaded. Though we got it at a very cheap rate, which is $4.13 a year. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Jared says, George Lopez is a must-watch after horrible wrestling shows with no direction. I'm putting up Everybody Loves Raymond. You may have saw that when looking at Peacock. I started watching it the other day. I'm on like episode 4 or something, but I figured I'd watch through that because I've never seen all of them. I saw first says Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins for Fastlane. Where is the build for this match? I don't know. I didn't really watch the show today. Unfortunately. Ian says, are you excited for Fastlane? Honestly, I'm not. And the only thing I'm excited for is the Fiend return and new gear and new mask. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm really looking forward to as well, to be honest. I really don't care about Fastlane. I don't even think it should be here. It's not needed at all. So, okay. So we're a little over an hour in. So let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown here. And then when we get done with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up for tonight because I have some other work to do. Philip says, nobody told me to stop today because of my spamming. I know. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you. It's great to have you here. And as a reward, if you're good till the end, I'll put up that picture of the core that you've been wanting. All for you, Philip. All for you. Vance says, hey, Bailey is trending on Twitter as fans really want her as the WrestleMania host. Oh, good. Good. She should be. Take out Hulk Hogan. Ashton says stop. That's a good one. Okay, so I believe that this episode of SmackDown started off with Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. Correct? I slept through this. I missed the first 36 minutes, 40 minutes of the show, so I can't tell you what happened. It looks like this ended in a disqualification, though. If someone can correct me if I'm wrong as well on that. We had a big old disqualification to start off the show. Anthony says Fiend comes back jacked with a new mask. Keaton says Nia lost to a jackknife roll-up. Ah, okay. Okay. So it sounds like that wasn't worth watching. Why would you even... I don't understand where WWE is going with their women's division. It's plummeted so far. What has happened? They literally took those women's tag team championships and sacrificed everything for them. Literally everything for them. They've had Big Oof running everything. She's always winning. She pinned SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks. She pinned Raw Women's Champion Asuka. Meanwhile, in the alternate land on the other side here, Shayna Baszler loses every time she's in the ring. Every time. The only time she gets a win is if Big Oof is in the tag match with her and she gets the win. And everyone else has fallen because of this. They've paired up tons of random tag teams so that they can be beat by them. There's no real stories going along. Big Oof is just in love with Reginald now. Why? Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair are supposed to have this huge match at WrestleMania. Main event worthy, if you ask me. And no one couldn't care less. Couldn't care less now. They're being a tag team. Sasha Banks is losing. Bianca Belair is losing. Why? They're supposed to be in a feud. You can't tell me that you can't tell a 6-week, 7-week story from the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, your biggest shows of all time. Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. You can't tell a story between those? Like, what? Come on. This should be a clear path here with Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. There's so many different ways that you could go around this. Like, they don't have to constantly butt heads the entire time. Put them on separate paths. Have Bianca Belair just devastating everyone, just getting win after win after win after win, being dominant. Have Sasha Banks out there getting win after win after win and being like, I'm coming for you. You know, they'll have their face-to-faces, whatever. They'll pass each other. They'll see each other. But, you know, Bianca Belair has announced that she's going for Sasha Banks. They know that it's coming and just kind of build towards it. They don't have to fight each other every week. They don't have to become a tag team for 10 weeks randomly for no reason. Like, come on. Ultimately, I really wish that the WWE creative team would just be creative. If there's anything to say about the WWE creative team, it's that they're not creative at all. A lot of the things that they do, a third grader could do. They're third grader storylines. So I don't understand why there's never really anything going on. And if this is all just Vince ripping it up and just coming up with it in the past 15 minutes before the show starts, like, I get it, but it's still frustrating no matter what. And I feel like if that's the case that you want to go, the creative team should at least be like, okay, look, we're wasting our time. We're spending all night and all day coming up with these creative gold mines. Okay, let's say that the creative team is coming up with the best storylines in the world. But for the past 2 years, they should know that everything that they are coming up with gets shut down. If you know that's the case, why doesn't the creative team, like I said, if this is the case, why doesn't the creative team just pander to Vince and give us something that is up his alley but would fit as well, if that kind of makes sense? That way they're not wasting all their time coming up with these things just to have them ripped up. Come up with some stories that are in Vince's alleyway and at least have like some creative input over the shows, because they're so lazy. Everything is just so lazy. It's so frustrating. Vance says, in another universe, Vince directed the Snyder Cut. Oh, God. God. Philip says, next week, can I get in an Edge picture? Yeah. Well, you know what? I will, if that's the way that you want to go, Philip. If you want to face turn tonight, sure. If you don't spam in the shows, I will grant you a picture of whoever you, well, you know, within reason, a picture to put up on the stream at the end of the stream. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Jared says, hopefully at the end of the day, Sasha and Belair put on such a great match we can forget about the horrible build. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm really, really hoping, because to me, I honestly feel like Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair should be a main event of one of the nights. I think so. Like, but this build doesn't warrant it. So if they were to do it, it would just be terrible. They would have to tear the house down, which I definitely think they're capable of doing, but I would have liked to seen a good story come with it. Ashton says the creative team isn't producing
such good shit.
Yeah, it's more like they're just producing
shit
instead. Jared says it's crazy. Honestly, I've seen 2K Universe modes better than Raw and SmackDown product on television. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. There's a couple people online that actually dedicate a lot of work to doing those universe modes. So like, big ups to them. That's crazy. Sounds good. All right. Sounds good, man. What is the picture that you wanted today? The core, right? The core. I'll put that up before we're done here. Moving on, we had a Seth Rollins promo, I believe. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. And I believe that Shinsuke Nakamura ended up coming out here and crashing the party and got into a little brawl with Seth Rollins. And as a result of that, WWE made an official match for... Oh, God. WWE just announced that Rhea Ripley will be on Raw this Monday. Why do you announce that? Ugh. That's so frustrating. So frustrating. Just have her show up. Can anyone show up anymore? Jesus. Okay, so anyways, Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Fastlane. If I had to guess, I mean, I'm just going to kind of tell you. I think that Seth Rollins going to win. Ashton says Seth Rollins looked like he drank a Red Bull before that promo. I didn't see it at all. I just saw that hilarious picture, that hilarious close-up of him. And I was like, that's perfect for me missing the show and taking a nap. Philip, can I see two? We'll do one tonight. We'll do one core picture for you. One. Bob says Core and Perkins Universe mode is something incredible. Yeah, those guys are crazy. They put a lot of work into that. Father Rollins says, Philip, I would bless you to bless AOW to make you see the core picture. See? Just like that, it's going to happen. For the greater good. For the greater good. So yeah, I would see, I would probably have Seth Rollins win this one, and then, you know, this will help build up to his feud with Cesaro that we'll see at WrestleMania, where Cesaro will get his big WrestleMania victory over Seth Rollins. I like that. I think that'd be great. I think that would be great. Next up, we saw a tag team match here with the Mysterio family taking on the Street Profits here. And Dominic Mysterio gets a roll-up, essentially. A roll-up victory over Angelo Dawkins. So Ray and Dominic get the win over the Street Profits. The SmackDown Tag Team division is at least somewhat there, but it is still a big old jumble of chaos, essentially. Bob says, would you be disappointed if Cesaro lost? Yes, absolutely. I would. I think that would be terrible. Seth Rollins can bounce back from anything at this point, so he should obviously take the L. If Rollins can recover from what happened to The Fiend, he's fine. Rollins can take a pin at WrestleMania. It's fine. Caden says, so who's facing Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode? That's a good question, man. That is a good question. SmackDown's tag team division is better than Raw, but is that really saying much? Is it really saying much here? I don't quite understand what's going on. So the Mysterios win. They get a win over the Street Profits, okay? So then Chad Gable and Otis come out. They want a match with the Mysterio family. So the Street Profits join the Dirty Dogs on commentary for this match. And Otis gets a dominant win over Dominic Mysterio, who just got a win over the Street Profits. So after this match, you have Otis and Chad Gable looking at the Dirty Dogs, everyone's favorite uncles, if you will, and Street Profits. They're all standing there staring at each other, thinking that we're going to get some sort of triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. How does this even make sense? Shouldn't Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio be included in that as well? I mean, the Street Profits just lost to Rey and Dominic, so why should they be involved? It doesn't make sense to me. So I feel like at least they should be involved. Yeah, they lost the match, but they did have a match before that as well. I don't know. Is WrestleMania just going to be like a huge fatal four-way tag team match for the tag titles or something? Like, is it going to be a ladder match, something crazy? I have no idea. But one of the things that I do know is that Uncle Ziggy was being wild on commentary tonight. So Michael Cole called them the Top Dogs, and he called them like stupid or something like that, and said that we're the Dirty Dogs. You have all of this promotional content in front of you and you can't even read it right, Michael Cole. Like, you should be ashamed, blah, 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 blah. I love that. Anytime that someone that is joining in on commentary is shitting on Michael Cole, I find it hilarious. It's always so funny. I love stuff like that. And then he said that I can't remember who he said it about. Maybe it was about one of the Street Profits. He said, "I'll hit you so hard you fall on the stairs like the president." Oh, God. Anthony says maybe a title opportunity, Fastlane kickoff show. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Jared says once Jimmy returns, hopefully the bloodline can have all the gold. Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I hope that Jimmy comes back soon. Maybe that's what WrestleMania is. Maybe it's the Usos versus the Dirty Dogs. Ugh, God. The yawns, man. Van says, I heard a rumor saying that they are building Cesaro, and after Mania, he will be the opponent for Roman Reigns, which gives a hint that Roman is going to win at Mania. Cesaro versus Roman Reigns, that's dope. I'm down for that. Although, man, I just wish that there was a chance for Cesaro to win. I want to see Cesaro as a world champion in WWE. I do. James says the WWE Network program rating is way different than Peacock's. Yeah, it's weird. Jared says the Bloodline versus the Hurt Business equals hashtag
such good shit.
Yeah, that'd be a good one for sure. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what we're going to be seeing. I'm not sure. Marcel says, so yeah, Rhea Ripley is debuting on Monday. Yeah, I saw that. I was loading my Twitter and I saw it. Crazy. Crazy. JVOJ says if Bryan gets added to the match at WrestleMania to make it a triple threat, then Edge will probably pin Bryan instead of Roman. Yeah, I think that I think that's the case. I think that if it's just Roman versus Edge, I think that Roman retains. If it is Roman versus Edge versus Bryan, I think that Edge will walk out with it. Which would be, it's crazy to think that WWE would even consider taking the Universal Championship off of Roman Reigns at this point. They've wanted him here this is VCam's wet dream. Why would he get rid of that? I don't quite understand. Bob says Dirty Dogs won the championships in January and haven't defended them since. Really? That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see here. Ashton says Cesaro is the most underrated WWE superstar today. Yeah, I mean him, and I would also put Andrade and Aleister Black in that, and I'd put Shinsuke in that as well, personally. Caden says WWE is booking themselves in a corner. I wouldn't even be surprised if the match ended in a DQ. Oh, dude, that would piss everyone off. That would be so bad for WrestleMania. Oh, man. Jared says any possibility if Edge wins he brings back Big Gold, or is it too far-fetched? I think that's like a fan theory that people really want. I'm not sure if there's any push behind it. I would love for that to happen though. You guys know that's my favorite championship of all time. Big Gold. I would love to see Big Gold back. Like, Big Gold looked incredible on Edge with Roman Reigns, Cesaro. Oh, yes. Just give me Big Gold, please. I saw first says free Andrade. Yes, please. Please. Bob says the last time the Intercontinental and Raw Women's Championship have been defended on a pay-per-view was Clash of Champions. Jesus. Jesus. Marcel says triple threats are no DQ though. Yeah, there you go. King says if they bring back Big Gold, it's probably going to be the WWE Championship spray painted yellow. Oh God, which is a yellow strap and the huge WWE logo on it. Oh God, terrible, absolutely terrible. So after this, I did see this part. Daniel Bryan came out and cut a fire promo here, and said he's gonna make Roman Reigns tap out. Roman Reigns, not a happy man. And guess what, you guys? Roman Reigns did not start off the show tonight. He didn't. And he was only on it twice. Kind of crazy. Roman Reigns usually very, very, very sprinkled throughout this show. So kind of crazy to not see him throughout the whole thing. Evan says, I hope AEW brings back the big gold belt and do it justice. That'd be crazy if they had another world championship in AEW. I assume that maybe... Is AEW eventually going to get so big that they'll do a brand split? That'd be interesting to see, like, if there's whatever this second show is called for AEW, if there will be a brand split between them or what. I mean, they probably don't even need a brand split, considering that they're pretty good about featuring newer talent in some things, but I don't know. DNM says a heel Sami Zayn versus a face KO would be awesome. Yes, I'm excited for that. I am. I don't care what's going on. If there's Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, sign me up. I'm in. I'm in for it. I don't care. I want to watch it. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Hell yes. Kevin Owens is going to jump off of that ship and kill Sami Zayn. Just kill him. Ashton says Roman Reigns doesn't need to be featured 4 times in one night. 2 times is plenty. We'll see. We'll see what the ratings reflect for SmackDown. Although I always forget to check SmackDown ratings. I always forget. I can't stop yawning. Jesus. Evan says, I'd rather they bring in trios titles and the belts be the same as Big Gold. I love that. I love that. I saw first says, I smell a Jimmy Uso return at Fastlane. I hope so. It's time. It is time. Bob says, I'm so happy Kevin and Sammy are probably going to be at Mania. Yeah, that's a good thing to look forward to. Marcel says SmackDown ratings might suffer, to be honest, the basketball game. Yeah, I saw a couple people that were like, oh, I forgot that I forgot the that SmackDown was even on because I was watching basketball. Ashton says authors of yawning. Yeah, pretty much. Damn. You would think after taking a nap I'd be like ready to go. Marcel says this KO and Sammy feud came out of nowhere. Oh yeah, for sure. You knew that they were probably like, hey, we need some stuff for WrestleMania. We know that no matter what, people are going to be hyped up for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So like, let's just pull the trigger on that one. Evan says SmackDown was so boring. It'll be yawning all stream. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even watch most of it. I was sleeping. Dude, I've been so tired lately. I've been tired as hell. DNM says Sami Zayn has proven that he does not need a title to be an awesome heel. Yeah, and they need to do that with more people. They really do. They need to find ways for people to be more entertaining without chasing a title or holding a title, because there's only so many titles that you can have. So obviously these people need to be doing other things. Anthony says Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn is
such good shit.
Couldn't agree more. I saw first says surprising to see AEW's ratings this week were slightly down. Were they down? They were up, weren't they? Yeah, they were up. They were up this week. AEW had 768,000 viewers. Last week they had 743,000. Their demo was down though. They had a 0.28 in the demo. Last week they had a 0.34. They were 6th this week and ranked 4th last week. NXT had 597,000 viewers, which was down from last week's 691 viewers. So they lost almost 100,000. Their demo was 0.13 this week. They ranked 42nd. Last week they were 0.18 and they ranked 25th. That's a little rundown on the ratings from this week. Punk says, I'm excited for Owens to jump off the pirate ship. Me too. Van says KO just went from being in the title picture to commenting in a Sami Zayn match. Yeah. I mean, but you know, there are friends that have like a very big history. So it makes sense for them to be interacting and stuff like that. I don't see any problem with it. Marcel says, do you look at the quarter ratings for AEW and NXT? It tells you what the show segments do and what the NXT overrun did. No, I do not look at the quarters. I just look at the overall from Showbuzz. I would assume that the women's match was crazy. And it bugs me to, like, it drives me nuts that NXT goes over like 7 minutes every time now. It's ridiculous. So is Shane versus Braun off Fastlane? I heard so. But I also saw them, they didn't promote the match, but they were promoting like their feud. Maybe they just kind of figured that they couldn't run it both. So at Fastlane and WrestleMania, so maybe they're just gonna run that WrestleMania, which is a terrible idea. No one cares. DNM says, something tells me that Natalya and Tamina will cost Sasha and Bianca the titles, or Dollar Tree T-Pain. Is that Reginald? Dollar Tree T-Pain? Punk says, don't worry, after Mania, the Wednesday Night Wars end. But, okay. So everyone is still kind of saying that that's the case. But how have they not mentioned it if that's the case? It's only 3 weeks away. Isn't it? WrestleMania is only 3 weeks away from now. If they're changing their show to 1 minute, or I'm reading chat at the same time. If they're changing their show to a completely different night, don't you think you would want to give your audience the longest amount of time ahead in advance? I don't know. Like, a heads up would have been nice, I feel like, for this. So it's kind of weird that they're just going to announce it out of nowhere. So it kind of makes me believe that, like, maybe it's not going to happen. Oh God. I hope it ends, though. I really hope that it ends. I'm so tired of covering both shows on Wednesday. It's so much work. And both shows, you know, of course I favor AEW Dynamite because I prefer that show, but, you know, I think it takes away from both of them. So I think it's time. It's really time. Punk says only 3 weeks and only 2 to 3 better matches. Yep. Vane says, by the way, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre's no holds barred match. Okay. Interesting. Let's see here. Philip says Carlito returned at WrestleMania 37. I wish. Carlito's awesome. I can't believe that they didn't sign him or work something out with him. Evan says, I need your thoughts on Hogan and Titus hosting Mania. What a god-awful decision. So my thoughts were, who did this? Why? This makes absolutely no sense. And if this is just a way for WWE to try to up the rep of Hulk Hogan and make it seem like he's not racist, then this ain't it. This is trash. And I think it's pretty obvious to people as well. It's like, oh, okay, Hulk Hogan isn't racist, so, like, hey, we're going to pair him with black guy, right? It's so forced. It's so dumb. Like, Titus doesn't deserve this shit. Titus is awesome. Titus hosting WrestleMania is cool. I like that a lot. Hulk Hogan being a part of it, I hate it whatsoever. And I think it was Bob in chat that was telling us about Titus's liked tweets. So we went through and read some of them, and it seems that he is not on par with this either. He doesn't like it. So it's just so stupid. I saw first says WrestleMania tickets almost sold out. Only good things so far for this week card. Audiences coming back is wait for it.
Such good shit.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for, if anything, I'm excited to see the crowds back at WrestleMania. I can't stand the Thunderdome. I can't stand listening to the fake piped in crowd noise. So, I can't wait. It's going to be music to my ears to have an actual crowd. It'll be interesting to see what they do for Roman Reigns as well, because I have a feeling they're just going to cheer the hell out of him. Marcel says, what did Hogan even do? I know he said the N-word, but like how? I believe it had something to do with his daughter or something like that. It was negative for sure. It wasn't, like he just kind of spouted it out in a way. It was like directed towards a person, I believe. So not cool. Not cool. Ashton says, in your words, it sounds like an indoor swimming pool. Yes, it does. Like, it drives me nuts. We have this place called the Aquatic Park here. That's a huge indoor pool area that the kids would go to when we were younger. And the ceilings are really, really, really high. And so I don't know, maybe it's just the effect of like the ceilings being high and like the water and stuff, but that's what the WWE Thunderdome sounds like, that crowd. It sounds like being in there, like just hearing the echo and like everyone talking, like it just seems so chaotic. I don't like it. Van says, don't worry, they will be like, hey, thanks for enjoying the show. P.S. We are shifting Tuesdays, so good night. Haha. Pretty much. That's what it sounds like. Jared says, Hogan doesn't want his daughter dating a certain race with definitive language. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Marcel says, to be fair, though, Teddy Long said Ric Flair called him the N-word all the time in the 80s when he... So, okay. So, for me, the difference from that is that it was in the 80s. That's the difference for me. This was, much more recent than that. And times have changed a lot. But like I said, I'm not big on talking about this kind of stuff. I think it's wrong, obviously. And I'm over Hulk Hogan. Like I'm done. And I hate it more than anything. I just hate it when something is just pushed down my throat for no apparent reason. Like I personally don't give a shit about Hulk Hogan. Thank you for your contributions and everything that you've done to wrestling over the years. I greatly appreciate it. Wrestling would definitely not be where it is today without your Hulk Hogan. But the time is over, man. Move on. I don't want to see Hulk Hogan on my TV. I don't want to see Hulk Hogan wrestling. I don't care at this point. And so when you have something controversial happen and then you're trying to save face by being like, oh, hey, look, it's Hulk Hogan with Titus. Look, he's a good guy. It's like, bro, I don't care. Get Hulk Hogan off of my screen. I'm over it. I don't want to see him anymore. I don't care that you're trying to build up his rep or save his reputation. I don't give a shit. And if you're putting your independent contractors, if you will, in these terrible places that they don't want to be, where they feel uncomfortable, it's not cool. I mean, we looked at Titus's tweets, right? I think it's pretty safe to say that he's uncomfortable in this situation. It's ridiculous. For someone that no one cares about anymore. Hulk Hogan is not drawing ratings to anything. It's over. Like, the ship has sailed. But like I said, thank you for your contributions to everything. The world of wrestling would not be the same without your Hulk Hogan. But Hulk Hogan today is not the Hulk Hogan from the past. So just get him off my screen. He can come back for certain things and yada, yada, yada. But don't force situations to make me believe a narrative that you want me to believe. Because we're not dumb. We all know. You can even in the WWE comments, when they announced that it was Hulk Hogan and Titus, almost every single one was about the situation. Almost every single one. And it's like, your audience isn't as dumb as you think it is. Stop trying to push these agendas for us. It's over. It's over. Bring them back when you want to on your Legends Night and all that stuff, but don't put these forced situations in where it's like, oh, haha, Hogan and Titus, he not racist. Okay? Just, who cares? We're done. Move on. Titus deserves hosting WrestleMania. I have no problem with that. I think that's awesome. Titus rules. Titus is amazing to the community and every single thing that he does for charity and stuff like that. Titus has an amazing childhood story. Amazing. Like, it's incredible what this man went through to be where he is today. It's very, very heartwarming, like very touching to see that he was able to overcome all of those odds that he was presented with at an extremely young age and still get to a point like this in his life. It's incredible. So I love that he does what he does. And I think he's a huge asset to WWE overall. And as a host for WrestleMania, I think he'll kill it. I do. Kick Hulk Hogan out of the door. We don't need him anymore. We don't need him. Basili says AOW, exactly. It's like, thank you for everything you did for the sport of wrestling, but like, if you can't go anymore, please exit stage left. Just like Goldberg, like Sting is 60, he can still go. Yeah. And I mean, I think we had this conversation on Wednesday. I think someone said, does age matter? Right? And I don't think the actual number of age actually matters as much as anything else. I think that the question isn't how old are you? The question is, can you go? Right? Can you go? If you started wrestling, you broke into the business at the age of 20. You were a huge star for 5 years. But let's say you were one of those hardcore guys, right? So at 25, you're beaten, you're broken, you're ruined. Like your body does not function as a 25-year-old body should at that point. So you can't perform at the level that you should be. That means you can't go anymore. So if you can't go anymore, we thank you for your contributions, but it's time to hang it up, right? It's nothing like, I mean, it's negative to say that someone can't go, I guess, if you want to paint that picture, but it's the truth at the end of the day, right? So if you can't hold your own, it's time to go. So if this 25-year-old guy can't go, it's time to go. It doesn't matter that he's 25. It's time to go. If you're 65 years old and you're out here performing like AJ Styles or Seth Rollins or whatever it is, by all means, come out here and go. I don't care if you're 85 years old. If you could put on a good match, come out and put on a good match. It doesn't matter to me. Obviously, I wouldn't put that 85-year-old in like a world championship scene, you know, but I don't think that age is the definitive answer to someone being on TV or not. I always think that it is, can you go or not? And Ken Shamrock is pretty old. He looks old as hell, but that dude, he's huge as hell. If he can go, by all means, my friend, go. Anthony says, just like Sting, he's 63 and he's kicking ass. Yeah. And how old is Dustin Rhodes? Someone else mentioned this on the last stream. Dustin Rhodes is 51, and Dustin Rhodes kicks ass. If you can go, you can go. That is my parameter. That's all. If you can go, you can go. That's all I care about. Ashton says, like, Christian is up there in age, but we saw him at the Royal Rumble and he did great. Yeah, I mean, like, there's tons of people that are older. Like, AJ Styles is pretty old. AJ Styles is 43, which I would say is pretty old. But he kicks ass. You can't tell me that AJ Styles can't go. One of the best in the business. One of the best in the world, if you ask me. How old's Kenny Omega? Kenny Omega, 37 years old. One of the best in the world. How old's John Moxley? 35 years old. One of the best in the world. Edge is 47. Very impressive. How old is Brock Lesnar? Out of curiosity. Brock Lesnar is 43. Crazy. I thought he was older than that, to be honest. Marcel says Jericho is 50. Slower than he was before, but he still does fine. Yeah, I mean, he certainly has his ups and his downs, for sure. Jericho does, but lately he's been on top of it. He was pretty good when he had the MJF and Young Bucks match. Marcel says, did you hear that Meltzer rated the AEW Lights Out match 4.75 stars? This is the highest rated U.S. women's match of all time, tied with Charlotte versus Becky, Evolution 2018. That's crazy. I did hear that it was 4.75. I did. That's crazy. Congratulations to them. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa killed it. They tore the house down. And I don't think that match will be forgotten for a while. It was very good. Caden says Luther can't go. Yeah, I see a lot of people complain about Luther all the time. And, you know, just being buddies with Chris Jericho isn't enough. You know? Ashton says that one botched lion salt was bad, though. Yeah, but I mean, so here's the thing. It's a sport, right? So like naturally people are going to come up short. I don't think that the occasional botch from one of the best players in the world is that bad. For how many times Chris Jericho wrestles, like, yeah, he's slower sometimes. Sometimes he's not on top of it, but overall, I think he's still a very great performer. And he's had some great matches, and he's, of course, great on the mic and helps put people over. You know, it's like, is it the end of the world? Like, would you say that Tom Brady is washed up if he throws an interference? I would consider that similar to a botch, right? I don't know. I don't think that one botch or a couple botches stretched out over a period of time is the worst. But of course, something that happens constantly over and over and over, you know, I think that is time. Like, you need to train a little bit more. Marcel says Luther is an AEW meme beloved by the fans, so throw him up. Leave the hog dipper Luther alone. Oh God, the hog dipper. I'm hearing it again. So something interesting to note as well as we carry on. Raj Giri just said that Shane versus Braun match is back on for Fastlane. Back on. It is back on. Okay, we need to wrap this up here because we're about 2 hours in, and I got to make a predictions video as well. And I didn't even watch the show. Okay, so where are we even at? Next up was a match between Hello, my good friend King Corbin. How are you doing? Versus Sami Zayn. King Corbin gets the win over Sami Zayn. So, crazy. And, you know, it was funny that I missed the beginning of the show, so I'm not sure how they presented this. But that, the little intro that they did before this match was hilarious. Like the match that no one wants to see, the match that no one cares about, or whatever it was. I thought that was pretty funny and extremely true, if you ask me. But yeah, my good friend Baron Corbin, my good friend King Corbin, man, he got the win here. My steak buddy, my good old friend pal King Corbin. Shout out to him. Anthony says, are we going to do a live stream prediction as well? I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll keep you guys posted. I would love to do one. But we'll see if I have enough time. Ashton says, why did he block you? Well, the story is very simple, Ashton. King Corbin blocked me because he saw my thick juicy boy steaks that I made on my Instagram stories, and he was like, I can't compete with this legend, Chef AOW. I can't compete with this legend. I see his Instagram stories. I have to block him. All this man does is post pictures of his watches and the meats that he's cooking, but he was intimidated. He knew that he could not step up to the plate of Chef AOW. So he said, I got to block this man's. I can't see one of these thick, juicy steak boys on my timeline ever again. So that was that. I can't blame him. I can't say I blame him. I forgive you, King. I forgive you. And I completely understand where you're coming from. I would be intimidated as well looking at one of those thick, juicy boy steaks that hashtag Chef AOW created. A true masterpiece. A true masterpiece. Okay. Vance says, by the way, I blocked WWE on Twitter. That profile posts 10 tweets every hour. Yeah, they gotta stay busy. Gotta stay busy, man. Ashton says, we need an AOW versus Baron Corbin in a steak-off match. Bring it on. Who can grill the the thickest juicy boy? It's me. It's me. Combat Reign says, I'm Clichéja. Just changed my name. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Marcel says, Bobby and Shelton are like 44 and 45. There you go. Shelton Benjamin rules, too. I love Shelton Benjamin so much. Marcel says they're making the Hulk Hogan movie with Chris Hemsworth playing him. Yeah, that's right. Bob says, please watch this video from Pulse. Oh, I love Pulse. I'll watch it. Did you send it to me on my thing? Christopher says, from my understanding, both Titus and Hogan, I believe, are both from Tampa, so they're basically hosting their hometown. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's titled Vince Russo Books Raw and it's hilarious. Okay, I'll check it out. If you have it, please feel free to send it to me so that I don't forget. Hey, Justice League is still trending. Hey, yeah, Snyder Cut, baby. Snyder Cut. So after this match, so I guess I should say that Kevin Owens was on commentary for this Sami Zayn Baron Corbin match. King Corbin, sorry. Because he wanted Kevin Owens to get firsthand look at the injustices that he is facing on SmackDown and from WWE. So he was on commentary. Sami Zayn lost the match, of course. So he was like, did you see that? Did you see the injustices that are against me? And he's like, no, I just think that you lost. Like, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. So Sami Zayn is pissed. He walks away. And then while Kevin is talking to Corey Graves, he has his face turned. Sami Zayn runs up towards him and hits him with a huge haluva kick to the back of his head. And it's actually really funny if you kind of... if you watch the video, it's kind of in slow-mo. So you have Sammy, he looks like he's about to slap his thigh, like he's prepared for it. He raises it up and then he ends up not slapping his thigh on it. I thought that was pretty funny. But man, I cannot wait to see Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I don't care. It's gonna be so good. Please message me after you watch it. I'll send the video. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good, man. I saw first says AOW, your steak need salt and black cracked pepper. Brought to you by Booker T. Hey man, I know how to season me meats. You know what I mean? I know how to season me meats. Anthony says KO versus Sammy in a camera versus stunner match. There you go. Philip says the core picture. I'll get you your core picture. I promise. Uh-oh. DNM says, speaking of blocking, can we block Philip? Uh-oh. So I made a deal with Philip that I would show him this core picture today if he didn't spam. Uh-oh. The legendary Philip. Ashton says, remember, do not slap your leg while kicking. Just ask the Young Bucks. Yes. Next up was a match here between Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler. I did not watch this match whatsoever. My iPad died and while I was cooking dinner, so I did not see what ended up happening to this. I believe it was a disqualification. Seems like Natalya and Tamina ended up attacking Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler, so good old-fashioned disqualification. James says, what I deserve. So yeah, disqualification, meh, I don't care for it. I don't understand why this is happening. I've told you a million times, Shayna Baszler always on the shit end of the stick. And Bianca Belair here at another non-decisive match. Come on. Really? Why is this what you have on deck for Bianca Belair on her road to WrestleMania? I don't get it. Marcel says, you know what's funny? SmackDown has had 2 DQs from SmackDown, but Raw hasn't had any. Yeah, I know, right? Philip, you're good, my friend. You're good. I owe you a core picture at the end of the show tonight. I will give it to you. I will give you what you want. Batista gif. Caden says, give me NXT Shayna Baszler. Yes, please. Please bring back NXT Shayna Baszler. We want NXT Asuka as well. It's time. Stop playing around with all this crap. So next up, we had a promo segment here with Big E and Apollo Crews. I caught some of this, but I didn't see all of it. Big E was pissed off, so I did see the part towards the end where Big E got up. He got himself in a golf cart, and he was searching for Apollo, and they ended up colliding against each other with Big E coming out on top from what I recall of seeing through this. So, I don't know, I hate to say it, but the accent from Apollo is it's slowly growing on me. I still think that it's kind of weird and out of left field. If he would have been gone away for a while instead of just kind of going into it from a sentence, I feel like that would have been much better. But I saw him, he was even on IG Live speaking like this. So I don't know. It's kind of growing on me. This match though, not so much. This will be what, the 5th time we've seen Big E versus Apollo Crews for the Intercontinental Championship. If that's the case, what is going to happen for WrestleMania? Are we going to see Big E versus Apollo Crews again at WrestleMania? Is this match going to end in a non-decisive way? And then we'll have like some sort of like ladder match or no disqualification match or something like that at WrestleMania. XVX says, imagine that's always been Apollo's voice. That would have been cool. I saw first as Philip is the original outsider. You are my friend. Or you, my friend, are NWO for life. James says Big E on the golf cart gave me Sammy Guevara flashback. Yeah, right. Bob says I've sent the video. Okay, I'll check it out when I'm done with this. Marcel says I feel Fastlane will just be a Raw on Sunday. I hope that's not the case, because they've delivered pretty well for their pay-per-views lately. So hopefully they don't end here. That'd be a shame. On the road to WrestleMania nonetheless. Next up, we had a match here with Edge taking on Jey Uso. The winner of this match will be the special ringside enforcer for the Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. I missed most of this, but from what I saw, it looked to be a pretty good match here. Edge did end up getting the win over Jey Uso, so he will be the special ringside enforcer for this match, which kind of makes me believe we're seeing a triple threat. Makes me really feel like we're getting a triple threat at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns defending his Universal Championship against the Royal Rumble winner Edge and Daniel Bryan. Fallen says WWE, a great company, WWE, a company with bad shows and great pay-per-views. Pretty much seems like what it's been. Yeah. Marcel says Edge has the worst spear. Yeah, I was not impressed with that spear on Jay. It came out of nowhere and it did not look very impactful whatsoever. Yeah, this was not the best spear I've ever seen, that's for sure. Anthony says Edge gear looked like AJ Styles gear. Yeah, it really did. I was confused when I came back because, like I said, I was cooking dinner. My iPad died. So when I finished, I came back in the room in my office because it was playing in here. And I saw that and I'm like, is that Jey Uso and AJ Styles? And then it took me like 2 seconds, but then I realized, oh, that's Edge. I'm like, that's weird. He looked just like AJ Styles. Ashton says, I hate to say it, but I've always loved Gold spear. Yeah, I mean, they look good when they actually look like they're just plowing through you. That's what makes them look really, really, really good. Vage says, my friend, this is the company that it tortures us for 4 weeks and then gives us a 3-hour relief. Yeah. Pretty much. At least lately. That hasn't always been the case, though. Christopher says, I have a scheduled interview with Thunder Rosa and Leo Rush pretty soon. Very much looking forward to those. Hell yeah, man. Congratulations. That's awesome. Tell Thunder Rosa we love her over here. Thunder Rosa kicks all of the ass in the world. I love Thunder Rosa. I saw first as the Steppenwolf redesign was great. Made a big difference. Yes, it did. His armor was so cool. How it was like, it would spike up and he could like retract it. Like when he was, when Darkseid was speaking to him, he kind of like took it all off. So it was just like skinned. And then, you know, when he was in battle, it would like spike up and kind of turn a purplish. Hell yeah. James says no Bailey tonight. Yeah. Crazy, huh? Crazy. No ding dong. Hello. What's my favorite WrestleMania match ever? I don't know.
Probably like a Rock and Austin or something like that. Dean M says, man, I love Thunder Rosa. Yeah, Thunder Rosa is the best. Christopher says, thanks, man. That means a lot, AOW, and of course I will let her know. I'll have to share it. You'll have to send it to me or something like that. I could share it for you. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Congratulations on that opportunity. Leo Rush is great as well. He's doing I've seen some of his videos that he's been doing. They're very good. Bob says, AOW, I can't wait for Dark Side of the Ring. I really enjoyed the last season. Yeah, I want to see it. I haven't seen all the episodes. I just seen the Chris Benoit one. James says, good night. Thank you again. Thank you, man, for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it, my friend. Van says, MVP creates legends while being a legend. Be like MVP. Yes. MVP is the best. MVP is awesome. Ayan says, do you agree that Edge's gear was awesome? Yeah, I liked it. He just looked like AJ Styles to me. I thought it looked good, but I was just thrown off for a minute. Ashton says, Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, and Thunder Rosa are my favorite women in AEW. You know, I really like Layla Hirsch as well in AEW. I'm really glad that they signed her. Layla Hirsch is cool. Philip says, Edge have to get a better his spear at 47. Yeah. By the way, Shida's been champ for 300 days. That is crazy. That is crazy. Caden says Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Sexley is going to be great. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted what I wanted. Okay. I wanted Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Okay. I wanted it. All right. So let me look for a picture here. Which one should I get? No, we're going to go with this one. Before we wrap this up, as promised, I am a man of my word. So, here you go. There you go, man. There's your picture. This one's for you, Philip. This one is for you. Philip did not spam during the show tonight, so he is rewarded with a core picture. Enigma says, is it me or did Edge's spear look weak today? It did. It did. It did look like that. Christopher says, can share it? Yeah. Yeah. I'll check it out for sure too. Chloe says, you still live? Yes, I am. We're about to wrap things up though. We're about to get out of here. I do have to record a predictions video after this. So yeah, this one is for Philip. We appreciate him. He's been a good boy. He did not spam. He was a part of the conversation tonight. Marcel says, look at these geeks. So good. So good. But yeah, I think that about wraps it up for me tonight here. I got a video to make and I got to change the assets. I got to change the assets for some things. I did order a Sony A6100. I ordered a camera. You'll be proud to know. You'll be happy to know that I'm just waiting for it to show up. Should be like, they said like a month or so. But I'm still trying to find one. I want to buy a used one because it'd be so much cheaper. But yeah, hopefully it'll come through and then we'll get things ready to go and see how things go. It'll be very interesting. Gonna change a lot. I saw first says, thanks for the podcast. Best in the business. Good night. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Chloe, it was nice seeing you. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, we're about to wrap it up here because I got some other things to do. But thank you for tuning in so much. Christopher says, have a great night, man. Thanks for the support once again. Much appreciated. I will let Rosa know and I'll send it to you. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much. That's awesome. That'd be so cool. Marcel says, did you hear that Charlotte tried to save Andrade by asking WWE to work an angle with her, but they refused? Wow. I did not hear that. That's crazy. Philip says Edge picture next week if I don't spam. I will grant you an Edge picture on Monday Night Raw if you are here and don't spam as well. That'll be the new ending for the show. Take a look at the core. You guys have a good rest of your night, and I will see you all here on Sunday. One last shout out for Fallen. Shout out to you, Fallen. There you go, my friend. Thank you for tuning in. Raphael says, sorry, I just tuned in. Why is the core on the screen? So the core is on the screen for Philip. He was a good boy tonight. So we rewarded him with a core picture on the screen. Sorry, it's a little blurry, but it is what it is. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Like I said, I will have a video Saturday morning, tomorrow morning for you. It will be the Fastlane predictions video. If I have enough time, I'm not sure if I will or not yet. I'll try to do a predictions live stream if I can fit it in. If not, we will for sure have a Fastlane post show on Sunday. So thank you guys so much. Ayan says 1 moon for me. Okay, yeah. Ayan is going to the moon. There you go, man. D-Nim says WWE can really low at times what they did, releasing a lot of people after WrestleMania 36. Zelina Vega and now Andrade. I wish they would release Andrade. Okay, but that's all for me. Like I said, hopefully I will see you Saturday. If not, I will for sure see you on Sunday for the Fastlane post show. This show is
Such good shit.
And you guys are
Such good shit.
I will see you all on Sunday. Have a good rest of your night. Peace.